Hey everyone, welcome back to the Craft Parenting Podcast, the podcast about two Cincinnati craft beer lovers with a parenting problem. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Joe Ludwig, and with me tonight is my lovely wife and co-host, Caroline. How's it going, Caroline?
I am exhausted.
You had a big day.
I didn't realize how much stuff we did today until I sat down, not in a car.
Well, like you just mentioned, we had a very big day, and we had a different podcast topic in mind, but I kind of just...
You changed everything, and I was like, I was starting to pull up research for the other one. We can still do the other one, just not today, because I only have energy in me to record one podcast today.
One podcast episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had a very big day, and I thought, it would be interesting to talk about it because we've never been to this place before.
We haven't been to any of these places before.
Well, just the city. So we went to the city of Hamilton today, Hamilton, Ohio, and we had a great time.
We did.
On a random weeknight.
Yeah, so...
Let's not tell a story, but yeah, we had a great time, and we'll
dive into it after we talk about beers and children's TV.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about this week, and it's going to be a great show. So stay tuned for that, and let's go ahead and get started. Before we do that, Caroline, you have a beer in front of you, and I have a beer in front of me, and it is the same beer.
Wow.
So what are we drinking?
Oh, I don't have the doc pulled up. I have all my websites pulled up.
Oh, well, I will tell you what you are drinking. It is
I appreciate that because I was not paying attention to what I was drinking.
It is the Prost Fest beer, and it is by 13 Below Brewing. ABV is 4.3%. This is super light. Lighter than I want in an Oktoberfest, to be very frank. However, it is very delicious.
It is. Like, this is a good beginning of Oktoberfest season, Oktoberfest. But
That's a very good point.
I'm not a huge fan of the beginning of Oktoberfest season because the end of Oktoberfest season is my favorite. When it's cool at night, but warm-ish during the day. So you're always good with the cool beer, and the weather cools down so you can dance all night long.
I do. I also like the caramely, malty, heavier beer. You know. The 4.3%, it's nice because it makes it very drinkable.
Yes, it does.
You can drink it by the liter. We went to 13 Below the other day with the kids, and we experienced the backyard for the first time.
Yes, Lily loved her tower. The first thing she said was, "Come to my tower." And then she ran to the gazebo, and it was officially hers.
Yeah, so they have a very nice backyard area.
And it's 95% of the way fenced in. So we didn't have to worry about the kids too much as far as wandering away.
The only bad thing about it was that it was very sunny.
It was very warm.
It was the evening. So 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
And the shade was not outside.
Yeah. We were in direct sunlight because the sun was setting. But
yeah. But it was still really nice. And the kids had a blast. And the food was good. And the beer was good. I think that was we did not have dinner. So where can we go that has dinner? And we went to 13 Below.
I think it was a Friday. Yeah. Or was it a Friday? Was it a Thursday?
Was it a Saturday? I don't even remember anymore. All right. When did I take all those photos? It's going to be like it was yesterday. I mean, I know it wasn't yesterday because Lily's photos were yesterday, but it was going to be really funny. Let's see here. We went to Sailor Park Coffee on Sunday. We went to the zoo on Saturday. That's right. That was insane. We went there on Friday.
I told you we went there on Friday.
I don't remember these things. Psh. Oh, yeah, because I picked up the kids and they fell asleep. Lily fell asleep in the car. And I ran inside to change.
On the way home, she was near Nap Lily.
No Nap Lily is lots of fun, and that's what we get all the time now.
But
great.
speaking of Lily, first of all, is there anything else you wanted to say about 13 Below?
Nope.
Well, speaking of Lily, this episode is supposed to premiere on September 1st.
That's Lily's birthday.
That is correct. Lily will be 3 years old. Unless I change everything around.
Unless you change everything around like you did with episode 69, where I'm just going nice all the time on episode 70. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Well,
that and 420 are my episodes to be annoying. And you ruined it.
So happy birthday, Lily.
Happy birthday.
I cannot believe you are 3 years old. Holy moly.
Ah.
And wow, you're in preschool too. So that blows my mind how quickly that went.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think COVID helped.
It did not.
So now it is time for What's Bugging Caroline on Children's TV, where you, Caroline, tell us all about the lack of physics and logic and sense in children's TV. So what is bugging you this week?
So in our pre-production meeting, I talked to you about this and you did not understand it. And as someone who deals with words all of the time, I don't understand why you don't understand it. Or it doesn't bother you.
I didn't get the context.
So Minnie made the mistake of smelling a sleeping rose because Clarabelle planted sleeping roses somewhere where people will actually go and sniff them. I mean, come on, Clarabelle. Let's think about these things before we do them. Or just don't plant the sleeping roses in the first place. Nobody's making you do this. So against Minnie's will, she's been induced into a coma. And the only way we can wake her up is by playing a harp, which Clarabelle can't help us get because she's watching Minnie maybe to make sure she's okay. I don't remember. It was a weirder episode of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So Mickey and Donald and Goofy are going to get the harp so we can play the harp to wake Minnie up. And Clarabelle has a song. It's, we need to find the harp. We never must give up. We all have to play it to wake Minnie up. To wake Minnie up. And every time I hear that, it just angers me because...
Why does it anger you?
Because it should be, we need to find the harp. We must never give up. We all have to play it to wake Minnie up. Also, you're rhyming up with up. That's a whole other thing. But the order of those words, because it's we never must give up is what they say. And it should be we must never give up. We never must give up does not sound any sort of right to me.
Is it a syllable thing?
Maybe.
A meter thing?
We need to find the harp. We never must give up. We all have to play it to wake Minnie up. To wake Minnie up. We need to find the harp. We must never give up. Probably a meter thing, but I still hate it. Change your song. It's an original song. It's not like you had to stick with that meter. But they also rhyme up with up, which I didn't even realize until I started saying it out loud. And you're not supposed to rhyme the thing with the thing. You can if you're in a pinch. But again, you made this up. You can make it better. This is going to be like the rainbow song where they're like red, orange, yellow, green, blue.
And there's violet too.
Well, I say indigo and violet too, but they say, and don't forget purple too or something like that. Where I rewrote the whole song and it was way better than whatever they did. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, you should have hired me.
Yeah.
I expect a phone call and a job offer.
Our agent's name is Elliot.
Yep. Elliot is standing by the phone waiting for your call.
Elliot at craftparentingpodcast.com.
Just craftparentingpodcast@gmail.com. Elliot's waiting for you. Yeah.
Is that everything that's bugging you?
Today, yes.
All right. So we did something spontaneous today.
Well, we had a big, big, big day, even before we did stuff that was spontaneous.
Yeah, we did have a big day. So let's start at the beginning, I guess. Lily is, if you are a long-term listener, you will know that Lily is going to preschool.
She is a big girl now. She is Miss Independent and Miss I really want to go to preschool.
Yeah, so I don't want to say too much on that because I don't want to jinx it. But today we got to meet the teacher one-on-one.
And hang out in the classroom for a bit, which Lily was very big into playing with all of the things in the 15 minutes that we were in the classroom. Well, it was like 20 minutes because we got there a little early.
Yeah. So the teacher had, what did the teacher have? Like a little food stand with little fruits.
Yeah, she had a little farmer's market. There were puzzles. There was a pom-pom sensory table.
Crayons.
There were crayons. There was a scavenger hunt.
And a potty. 2 potties, actually.
Yes. Two potties that are about the size of Joe's feet. Because they're little tiny people potties. And a little girl came into the room with her mom right before we were about to leave. And we're like, oh, Lily, it's one of your classmates. And the mom said the girl's name. And she's like, wait, you're not in this class. She's like, oh, she's in the 5-year-old class. And the girl was like a half-inch shorter than Lily.
She was.
And I'm like, yay, Lily's going to be the tallest one in the class. Good luck, girlfriend.
Hey, the tallest one in the class. What's wrong with that?
As long as she doesn't get my coordination, she'll be fine.
You know, she has a little cubby too.
Yep, she has her own little cubby. She's going to have 11 little friends. It's exciting.
And we parked in the preschool lot. And there's a staircase, so we had to walk up and go through the main door. And what did Lily say as we were walking up the stairs?
So Lily said, I get to go preschool. I go on the big girl potty. Elliot no go on big kid potty. Elliot go in his pants. Elliot no go to preschool. Ha 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 ha. Or something very close to that.
He's too little.
Oh yeah, he's too little. Elliot no go to preschool. He's too little. Ha 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 ha.
That's silly.
She cracks herself up.
And then we didn't even say anything. She just had a conversation with herself as we were walking up.
Yep, we were just there to be talked at. I don't know where she gets it from.
But when she actually got into the classroom, she was kind of shy.
She was.
A little bit. And then she kind of warmed up.
Yeah. She'll get there. She counted things. She named colors. She had lots of fun.
Yeah, so that starts.
It's Monday. We have a little less than a week, but that'll be before this episode airs.
Starts August 29th.
Yeah.
Originally, we were told.
Is that August 29th? Oh, yeah, it is August 29th. Okay.
Well, originally we were told it would be a staggered start. That's what we were told originally. And then the preschool teacher's like, well, the class is small enough. We don't really need to do that.
Yeah. And a bunch of the kids are only there like 3 days a week anyway. So, but Lily's there all 5 days a week. She's so excited.
Yeah. So as long as she does everything in regards to potty training and going on the potty.
Yeah.
We should be okay.
Fingers crossed.
On that front, I think she will absorb everything because just from watching shows like Sesame Street and Barney, over like especially the same episodes over and over, the repetition, she picks it up really good.
Yeah, so after we got home, Lily was singing to herself, and I started listening to what she was singing.
Was it The Wheels on the Bus?
No. It was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's 7 day, there's 7 day. And so then I started singing with her, but I didn't say Barney's birthday. And she's like, but Barney's birthday. So then I had to do it all over again so I could add in Barney's birthday.
I do remember that now.
Yeah, I think that was at lunch.
Yeah.
She's really cute. And we did an art project today. It was supposed to be before nap time, but then she didn't nap. She was very gremlin-esque.
Loopy.
She's definitely loopy.
How many times did she kick you in the face?
Quite a few.
She almost kicked me in the face.
Yeah, we had some words a few times about how this is not what we do. And she was not listening. So we decided, what's the furthest brewery that we can go to? So we just throw Lily in the car and she naps in the car on the way there.
Yeah, so Hamilton, Ohio is where we went.
Because they have a Dora, Dora.
And they are 45 minutes away.
Yes. A little bit longer if you decided to take the long way to get to the highway, just to add some time to your ride.
We looked at, we just drove through random neighborhoods because we like looking at houses.
Yeah.
And neighborhoods and stuff like that.
It's interesting to see what kind of designs people chose when they built their house or what was in fashion at the time and whether or not it still holds up.
So we looked at a few neighborhoods here and there.
It's boring for Lily, so she falls asleep. Elliot doesn't really care at this point anyway.
Yeah, he didn't fall asleep. He napped like a good
He napped in his crib like
child.
a good boy.
Good child.
So Lily slept, and when we got into the parking lot behind Fretboard Public House, we wake Lily up and she's like, oh, where are we at? It's like, we are at food. If you have to go potty, hold it until we get to the restaurant, which will be in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I thought she was going to go when I was holding her.
Yeah, I was like, I have extra clothes for her. I don't have extra clothes for you. But she made it. We got some food. The kids really enjoyed it. We really enjoyed it. So it was good food. The beer was good. I mean, it's Fretboard, so the beer's always good.
I really do enjoy their beer. It's really smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something about the flavor that they have. It might be the water. It might be the malts, the ingredients that they use. They always find a way to differentiate themselves.
Yes. So we did not Dora from Fretboard because you got 2 beers and I got a beer at Fretboard, and we wanted to make sure that we hit up Municipal Brew Works.
We shared that second beer.
Yes, we did share the second beer.
So more about Fretboard. This is their second location. They're planning a third location. In Norwood.
Their chef team uses fresh ingredients to bring you dishes that raise the bar on pub fare. The beer selections are multi-award winners from Fretboard Brewing Company that are sure to please even the most discerning beer drinker. There's nothing average here, according to their website.
I was very impressed with the food.
Oh, for sure.
I had the pub burger.
Yes, you got the pub burger.
Pickles on the side because Lily sometimes likes pickles. Elliot also sometimes likes pickles, but he wasn't interested.
Elliot usually does not like pickles.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Well,
We're just attempting to desensitize him to pickles like we desensitized his sister to pickles.
Lily likes them. I don't think she liked these as much.
No, she ate them all.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
I also did not hate the pickles. There was somewhere else that we went, and I don't remember where it was, that I didn't hate the pickles. And now it's bugging me that I can't remember where it was because I do not like pickles. But there have been 2 times recently that I've liked pickles, and now I am concerned.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so Fretboard, it's, you walk in and it looks really small because it's just a room with a really big bar with some, looks like brewery equipment in the corner. However, there's a middle floor, which is where the kitchen is. Mm-hmm. And then there's a top floor, which is a rooftop.
Yes, they have a rooftop eating section. So we ate in the bar area on the first floor.
It was a nice evening, and we didn't want to take up the rooftop. We had the opportunity to. Mm-hmm. With 2 kids. We just sat on the first floor, but we went up there. Lily went up twice.
She did.
Did she walk up with you?
She did. So we took photos because we're like, well, we need to take photos because eventually we're going to write a blog about this place. And so Lily was done eating. Elliot was still thinking about finishing up his food. So I was like, well, you're done eating. Lily's done eating. Why don't you go upstairs with Lily to take some photos? And then you can come back down. And by then, Elliot should be done and I can clean him up and stuff. Well, Elliot was still thinking about food when you and Lily came downstairs. And we tried to get Lily to sit in her seat. And we're like, we're almost done. And then we'll head out. And she was like, Mama, there's this place upstairs. So many stairs. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, you want to go? I'm like, well, I guess so, because Bubba's still eating. So she basically dragged me up the stairs to go stand on the rooftop. And then ran across the rooftop, walked quickly, really, to then like look out the bars to look out at the view.
Oh, I held her and we looked up. We looked out.
No, she stood, and then I was like, okay, we got to go back downstairs now. And so then she led me downstairs. Because she's like, she knew everything by that point.
Yeah.
So she was little miss. And our server was really nice. He might have been the bartender downstairs. Because like he remembered Lily's name and he asked her a bunch of questions. And
he was definitely the bartender.
Yeah. They had a nice little conversation. That was cool. She's like a little person.
Yeah, and they don't have a bar on the top floor, so those poor servers, and they have to run.
They have to go up and down stairs,
all the way down. It's a lot of stairs.
Yeah, a lot of the people that wanted to eat on the second and third floor took the elevator. They did not take the stairs.
Is there a second floor? There's a kitchen on the second floor, right?
And there's indoor dining on the second floor.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was a kitchen.
No, it's kitchen and then...
Did you take a picture of it?
No, because I thought that you did.
Oh,
it's a kitchen and then a side hallway that you can see. Like you kind of have to crane your head around the corner and then you can see all people sitting. It just means we have to go back.
I didn't see the second floor. I assumed it was a kitchen.
Nope.
But I did. We almost got ran over by the servers because they go fast.
Well,
time is money.
Yep.
And I carried Lily down because I didn't want to get ran over.
She walked herself. I kept an eye on the mirrors because they have mirrors at all of the turns so you can see up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
So if I saw anybody, I would have shoved her, but the stairs were pretty much empty.
They need to do what they did in England, in London, I think, specifically. They have little elevators.
Oh, that just take the food? Yeah, they did that at... There are a few different restaurants that we went to that had that, where they had a little dumbwaiter is the proper name for that little elevator.
Yeah. So Fretboard, if you're listening to this.
Get a dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
It might make things easier. So yeah, Fretboard was lots of fun. I'm sure that it's hopping on the weekends. Because I mean, for a Tuesday, it was pretty busy. I mean, we were there, so everybody else should have been there. Because we're the party.
I mean, the rooftop was 2/3 of the way full, but it's not as big as I thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smaller space than I had thought it would be.
But you said there's an entire second floor.
Yes, there is a second floor. The second floor didn't look super huge.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I also didn't really look at the second floor either.
It did kind of remind me of one of the pubs we went to. It was a Nicholson pub.
The Game and Duck or something like that. Dog and Duck.
Yeah, where there was like that second floor.
Yeah, they had like that restaurant also had like 3 different layers.
It was like a room like this, but it was like really narrow.
Yeah, everything was super narrow and very much on top of each other. Lots of things in London were like on top of each other.
Yeah. I think I have a Snapchat and I was counting like 16 people or something could fit in that room. Is that like the second floor at Fretboard or you didn't?
I didn't get that good of a look at it. I'd assume it's about the same amount of seating space as it was on the first floor. Maybe a little bit less, but like more tables than just open space. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to go back then because I completely missed the second floor. They didn't even ask me about the second floor. They just said, do you want the rooftop or first floor?
And it could have been that the second floor was pretty packed because the second floor, they do say, is reservations. Oh, so we didn't say everything that we got. So the kids got loaded hash brown squares, which are house-made hash brown squares topped with beer cheese, bacon, and scallions. Elliot wasn't a huge fan of the cheese, which was weird, but you do you, dude.
He was grouchy.
He was a little grouchy.
He didn't want to sit in his high chair.
No, he wanted to run a lot. And then you got the pub burger, which is just a white American cheeseburger with potato bun and your typical burger accoutrement with fries. And I got their southern fried chicken, which was yummy, but I mean, it was basically just like really nice chicken tenders. I was debating getting them with the Nashville hot spices, but then I was like, but if the kids want it, then the kids can't eat it. But the mac and cheese was really good that came with it, and the pickles were pretty good.
I think it's that house-made pickles.
Yes, they are house-made pickles.
If you're into that.
Yeah. And they also have desserts. They have a chocolate brownie made with their baseline junkie porter, and they have a donut hole sundae, which includes their Fugi brown ale caramel sauce.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We didn't get
They
that.
also have a kids menu, but we weren't given a kids menu, so I didn't, or if we were, I didn't read it.
No, we were. We were given a kids menu.
Oh, I just didn't order the kids anything off the kids menu.
Yeah. Because I had it, and I was like, do you want to order something for the kids? And I was like, here it is.
Oh, I did not understand that.
You were pretty adamant that, hash brown. They're going to get hash browns.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see the kids menu. I was looking for the kids menu on the big menu.
Yeah, so that was Fretboard Public House in Hamilton, Ohio. We drove 45 minutes to get there. And it was worth it because our oldest daughter napped.
She napped and she was a person again. It's crazy how that works.
Oh my God, she was so loopy, and then she was her normal self after.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Sometimes I'm just like, girl, if you just close your eyes for 30 seconds, you are going to conk and you are going to feel so great when you wake up. And she fights it so hard. And usually it's like the harder she fights it, the faster she falls asleep. But she didn't even think about falling asleep today until we put her in the car, which is going to be problematic if she only wants to nap in the car now. Because I am not here for that.
Yeah, there's only so many times we can go to a brewery.
Yeah.
Spontaneously like that.
2 breweries.
Yeah.
We went to 2 breweries.
So we decided to make a night of it, and we packed the double stroller, but we had to go back to the car, get the double stroller, load the kids up.
And we walked
across the bridge
to Municipal Brew Works.
Yes.
Where they were doing Singo.
Yes, they were.
So we came into some Backstreet Boys music. It was great.
And I think Caroline, you almost got beat up because we were just walking, and the DJ was playing the song, and you started singing the lyrics.
No, you're allowed to sing the lyrics. Everybody else was singing.
Are you supposed to guess the lyrics? Or?
No, you're supposed to guess the song. So Singo, we've played Singo. Singo is like bingo, but with songs. So not only do you have to have the song on your sheet, but you have to know the name of the song.
Okay. So
if you don't know the name of the song, you're screwed.
You don't need to know the lyrics?
No. Okay. You just need to know the name of the song. Or the artist.
Okay, I thought you needed to know the lyrics, and you were singing because the DJ cut out. I'm like, that's weird. Why is the DJ turning off the music in the middle of the song? That's silly. And then you were like, oh, it's Singo. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Which is why we did not start off at Municipal Brew Works. Because it was Singo and we had the kids.
Yes. So we didn't stay very long. It was very crowded.
No. You asked some random people where the hostess stand was, or if this was the hostess stand, as they were playing Singo. So I wasn't the only person that was crazy today, for the record.
Yeah, I was. It looked like a hostess stand. I don't know. She looked like she was taking someone's order. I don't.
Because she was holding her Singo paperwork. But we managed to make it inside, and we got some Dora beers.
I found the men's bathroom in the corner, which was hidden.
I pointed out where the women's bathroom was, so I assumed that the men's bathroom was nearby. I had no idea. So we snapped some photos. We got some beers, and
I got the Hefeweizen, and what did you get?
I need to look up their current tap list. Beers and seltzers on tap.
3 days later.
I got their orange agave blonde, which was a fruit beer, which they've taken their flagship approachable blonde and infused it with orange zest and blue agave for an amazingly refreshing result. I kind of like looked at like 3 beers and picked that one and then mildly regretted my decisions.
Yeah.
Because they also had a raspberry blonde ale. And I was like, ooh, that actually sounded really good too. You mentioned a chocolate porter or something like that. So you've probably got Wise Guys, which is their wheat beer.
Is that Hefeweizen?
Yeah, wheat beer, Hefeweizen. We're tipping our hats to Hamilton's German heritage with our second seasonal release, a traditional German-style Hefeweizen, brewed in collaboration with our good friends at Paradise Brewing.
Oh, nice.
As hazy as a hot summer day, this quaffable wheat beer has a nose that you will go bananas for, and a bright lemony finish that's sure to quench your thirst on even the doggiest days of summer. Prost! So, yeah, you got that. That looks like what you got.
And then we got it in a Dora cup. And do you know can you explain what a Dora is, what it stands for?
A Dora is a designated outdoor refreshment area. So you get a specific cup that you can take around the city in the designated Dora areas. And you can bring it into, like you can bring that cup into some places, but you can't into others. So like if we had gotten a Dora beer at Fretboard and we didn't finish it by the time we got to Municipal Brew Works, we wouldn't be able to bring that Dora beer into Municipal Brew Works.
You can only bring the cup.
No, you have to pitch the cup. You're supposed to get a new cup with every beer. You do not reuse the cup.
Oh, really?
Really.
Okay. Don't listen to me, folks.
But so we went to Municipal Brew Works. They have a great outdoor space. Actually, most of their brewery is outdoor space, is what it looked like. Inside wasn't super huge as far as seating was concerned. Like they had a bunch of tables in there, but it wasn't like
Yeah, I'm wondering
lots and lots of seating.
Do they have that entire building? It's a really big building. It looks like a old government building, because I think it literally is an old government building.
Yes, it is. I don't think that they have the whole building because there is other stuff in that building.
Okay.
But they don't really have.
So there was a door on the left, if you're looking at the bar on the left side. There was a door that said exit. So I was wondering if they had like a indoor area for like the winter.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We didn't really stay very long.
We did not.
Because of the kids. And Elliot, who is anti-straps.
He needed to run.
So he doesn't like sitting in a high chair at home or elsewhere, I guess.
No, he really does not.
He's channeling his inner 2-year-old these days, and he is not 2. He is 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, little dude, you need to chill.
Yeah. So we spent enough time there to snap some pictures and get some beers while we were in the car, because we hadn't decided where we were going to go until we had been in the car for a hot second. And once we decided, I posted in a local Facebook group that's all about families and drinking and said, hey, we're going to hit up Dora in Hamilton. What should we do to make sure that our kids have a great time? And 3 different people said, you need to go visit Marcum Park. And luckily for us, Fretboard, Municipal, and Marcum Park are all pretty close to each other. And we'll get into the Dora stuff after we talk about the park. So Marcum Park is a giant park. It's a 6-acre park in downtown Hamilton, and it is inside of the Dora because the Dora is huge, in my opinion. It's way bigger than the one downtown.
Or in Westwood.
Yes, or in Westwood.
Which are the only 2 doors I have taken part of.
Yeah, the only other 2 doors that you've been a part of.
Yeah.
They have a fountain and a runnel, which I did not know what a runnel was until I Googled it. So a runnel is like a pretend stream. So like where they have one at Sawyer Point, not Sawyer Point. No, that is Sawyer Point. They have one at Sawyer Point.
Oh, do they?
Where it's
new.
like a fountain that's more like a river. So like this one kind of looks like a simulated creek bed at Marcum Park. But they also have like a giant arch, and that is part of their fountain. And after confirming that we had an extra change of clothes for both children in the diaper bag, we took off Elliot's shirt so he would have less clothing on him that was wet, and took off Lily's shorts since she was wearing a dress, and just said, go have fun. And the kids got soaked.
They did.
They had a blast, though.
We didn't have any kind of towels.
We did not have towels.
We were bad parents.
They were fine. They had fun. That was the important thing. They had fun. No one got hurt.
Lily didn't want to stop.
No, I had to like drag Lily to the diaper bag and hold on to her because I was like squeezing water out of her hair. And then she tried to run away from me as I was still holding her hair. And I'm like, girl, you have to stay here. Mama is holding on to your hair. So you changed Elliot into some dry clothes and I changed Lily into some dry clothes. We put him in this stroller and Lily was like, I cold. I need blanket. And I was like, well, we only have one blanket in the car. So you and your brother can duke it out for that one. And unfortunately for her, Elliot won. Mostly because I threw it on his lap because it was on his side of the car and then he never let go of it.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
Poor Lily.
So yeah, they ran around the fountain. It has jets that shoot up and they like change the velocity at which they shoot up. So they have like a low, a medium, and a high, which at first Lily was very scared of. And then she got way more confident as the time went on. And then they have like one of those waterfall-ish fountains where like it shoots down in the middle of an arch, which Lily was definitely not a fan of. But then she went through it like 4 times right before we left.
She kept doing it, yeah.
Yeah, she bucked up the courage. Like she would put her hand over her eye, like on her forehead over her eyes. It was so cute. And she just ran and ran and ran until I had to catch her and be like, I'm sorry, honey, it's time to say bye-bye to the park. Because the sun's starting to go down.
The sun was getting low.
And the sun's getting real low.
It was going to get cold.
Yeah.
Because it's that time of year. Sun's out. It's really hot.
It's
Sun
so much
goes
nice.
Down.
And
It's like 60 degrees.
And everybody's freezing their little tail feathers off.
Yeah. You need shorts during the day, but pants during the night.
Yeah.
Sweatshirt.
So we hung out at Marcum Park. The kids had so much fun. They also have an amphitheater there. They do a bunch of events out there. They have a ton of green space. It looks like a lot of fun all year round. So I'm hoping next summer we can spend a whole day out in the Hamilton Dora because Lily will be fully potty trained. Elliot will be way more mobile.
Will he be potty training?
Probably not because he won't even be 2.5. So he'll probably still be in diapers. Unless I'm just really sick of diapers by that point and we just force it on him. I don't know.
He's already getting the peanut M&Ms.
He is. So that we can explore some more and spend a little bit more time at the park or like spend some time at the park, go hit up a place for snacks and beer and then go back to the park or whatever. And then we can make a whole day out of it. Unfortunately, the Facebook group is going to the Hamilton Dora Labor Day weekend. We are going to be out of town Labor Day weekend.
So yeah, that was our trip to Hamilton. Is there
I wanted to
more
talk
stuff about that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, so I want to talk about the Dora in Hamilton. So the Dora in downtown Hamilton is from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m., 7 days a week. You can grab a to-go drink in a designated Hamilton Dora to-go container from participating liquor serving establishments and explore downtown Hamilton. So they have a whole bunch of locations that are participating, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21 places. Some of them are only during special events, and some of them, like, you have to be a special member in order to Dora from that establishment.
Yeah.
But they have things that you can do is you can support a local business by purchasing a drink and then explore the district during designated hours. You can take a purchase drink into a non-liquor serving establishment that has the green, quote, Dora beverages welcome, unquote, sticker on the front of their business. You can drink responsibly because rules pertaining to public intoxication, indecency, noise, and driving while intoxicated still apply. So just because you're in a Dora doesn't mean you can drive your car while drinking with the Dora cup.
Obviously.
Yeah. You can bring hula hoops to Marcum Park and have a hula hoop off with your friends while holding a beverage you purchased from a Hamilton Dora serving establishment. That's very specific. I feel like they're trying to make that a thing. And then when you see a sign that says the Dora district boundaries have ended, you can finish your drink and throw the cup away. You also can have a great time.
Yay.
Yeah. You cannot refill your Dora cup because cups are single use only. I read this I think I read this while we were in the Dora. You cannot bring your own drinks into the Dora district, like your own alcoholic beverages. You have to purchase them from a liquor serving establishment. you can't walk around with a drink that is in a non-designated Dora cup. So like you can't walk, if you go to like the Casual Pint, if you buy a beer, like a canned beer from the Casual Pint, you can't walk around with that can of beer. They have to pour that can of beer into a Dora cup.
Gotcha.
No red Solo cups, no coffee to go mugs. You filled at home. You got to drink out of the Dora cup. You cannot take a drink from a liquor serving establishment into another liquor serving establishment because you can't cross the liquor licenses. This is like with Bachfest a few years ago where they had 2 different liquor licenses, one for Bachfest Hall and one for the Moorline tap room. Once you got one in the beer in the tap room, you couldn't bring it into Bachfest and vice versa.
I remember that. They had a bouncer at the entrance there.
Yeah, because you don't want to
tap room.
lose your liquor license because that would be very devastating for your business.
Yeah, one was a permanent like tap room liquor license. The other one was like
A festival. Yeah. Eventually, they got it all sorted out, but it took a year or 2. Other things you can't do is throw your trash on the ground because, fun fact, there are more than 164 trash cans in the Hamilton Dora. Find one. That's what it says. Did you know that when they designed Walt Disney World, well, no, it was Disneyland in California, they had done research or they had read the research on about how long the average person will hold on to a piece of garbage. And it's like 30 feet is the average distance a person will hold on to a piece of garbage. So when they designed Disneyland, they made sure that all of the garbage cans were within 20 feet of each other. So it's a shorter distance than.
Also, fun fact about you cross the names. You're talking about Disneyland, right?
Yes. It applies to both.
Fun fact about Disney World, there's a series of hidden tunnels under Disney World.
Yes.
Where they all the characters go and they go to one place to another.
Yeah, because you shouldn't ever see, this is a tangent. You helped start this, so, because I was going to stop with the garbage cans and you just kept going. So in Disneyland, Disney World, and Epcot, the majority of the garbage cans all deposit down. So you will never or very rarely see someone emptying a garbage can in Disneyland, Disney World, or Epcot.
Isn't Epcot a part of Disney World?
Epcot is part of, Magic Kingdom, sorry. Disneyland, Magic Kingdom. When I said Disney World, I meant Magic Kingdom and Epcot.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's really obvious that that's the case when you look at MGM and Animal Kingdom. Because Animal Kingdom and MGM, they have cast members that go around with giant carts emptying the garbage cans. But you never see that in Disney World, in Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, or Epcot.
Okay.
You also will potentially see a cast member out of place in Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, or Epcot. But that will only be at a ride or shop. It will not be walking around because all of the different zones have their own uniform. And so you're not supposed to be walking around Tomorrowland in a Frontierland outfit. So they stay underground when they have to move from one section to another. Ideally, they would change uniforms as well, but if they don't have time to, they just pop up in that one zone where they were told to go. But you're not going to necessarily see them walk from one to the other.
Yeah.
Because underground tunnels.
The more you know. What else about the Dora?
Ooh, wait, I have another Disney story. So there are also hidden doors in Magic Kingdom and Disneyland to get to these underground tunnels that are supposed to be locked. But there was a guy who knew where they were because he had a friend that had been a cast member and was like, oh yeah, go try this door the next time you're there. And he made it through the tunnels like a while before he got caught. And it was a thing.
What happens when you get caught? Is there a Disney jail?
There is a Disney jail. I think he was just politely shoved out the next exit, like the nearest exit. And he was like, he went from like Main Street USA to like Frontierland. And he just popped out in Frontierland. And then the next time he went, he like poked the door and it was locked because they made sure that it wouldn't happen again. Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Everybody slips up. If you're dealing with humans, somebody's going to slip up at some point. It's just a matter of whether or not somebody else notices.
Are you saying that they always lock it, or
They're supposed to, I think.
they're supposed to lock it?
Yeah. Because you don't want some kid wandering in.
And
then they get traumatized when Mickey doesn't have a head on.
in this instance, it happened to be unlocked.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think they said like nobody ever really locks the store, even though they're supposed to.
Oh man. Okay, so what else about the Dora?
Okay, so also things that you cannot do in the Dora is loiter on private property. Like, why? Yeah, so like just don't go hanging out on some random person's front yard. And then also don't pretend that this is Bourbon Street, because this is Hamilton and we are attempting to be civilized. Don't ruin it for everyone.
And this is you reading.
This is me reading word for word from the hamilton-ohio.gov/Dora website.
Yeah, so this isn't our commentary. You are reading this.
This is legit what they have on their website. And so they have Dora sold here stickers, Dora beverages welcome stickers, and please no Dora beverages stickers to indicate what businesses will allow. And I'm surprised that they don't say like how many square blocks or
It's
like how large the door is. They do have a map, and it is very large because it covers 2 bridges and like tons of blocks. And there are like there is a gap on one of the, I don't know how, like one of the spokes of the Dora. So that, like there is a gap in the Dora as far as a place that you are not allowed to have beverages.
Oh, that's weird.
A little bit. Well, not as weird as like there's this square that is not the city of Hamilton, because the yellow is the city of Hamilton. Like there's this stuff that's also not the city of Hamilton. And then there's this little random triangle over here that is also not the city of Hamilton.
What?
And I'm like, what even is that? Like, is this a typo or something? And then I looked at the map on Google Maps, and it has that same little triangle. And I'm like,
so what's there?
It's like somebody's house or something.
Weird. So this is why we went to Swine City a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and this is why when we went to Swine City, they didn't mention Hamilton, but they're like totally Hamilton.
Because it's down the street. Swine City is down the street from your work, which is in the city of Hamilton.
I think they're probably, are they like here? I don't know. They're like,
it's like right around the corner. So you would think that it is in the city. If your work building is in the city, you would think that.
Yeah, it's totally not. My work is here. Swine City is here. It is not in the city of Hamilton. So weird. I don't understand.
Weird. Yeah, weird.
I can't necessarily say that the city of Hamilton is shaped weird, because have you seen how the city of Cincinnati is shaped? It's super funky. So Hamilton is not worse than that.
I don't know. There's a random triangle.
There is a random triangle that is not Hamilton, and I am confused.
That must be where the gnome lives, that triangle.
It probably is, because he's like, I'm not in Hamilton, guys. But like the triangle goes away when I zoom in. So I don't understand. I'm so confused. Well, actually, the whole city map goes away.
All right. Is there anything else about the Dora that you wanted to talk about?
It's lots of fun. We're going to have to go back and spend more time there when it's not, hey, let's make the kid nap. How far away can we drive?
For a random weeknight, it was decently busy.
Yeah, it
like
was.
The park was. There was at least like 6 or 7, 5 or 6 families.
Mm-hmm.
Between the fountain and the fake creek or whatever.
The fountain and the runnel.
The runnel.
Yeah, because it's like I thought a runnel would be like a tunnel that you ran through, but it is not.
So, yeah, there's quite a few people there, and I was surprised that the fountain was going, and there were kids running through it. And
yeah, I mean, this is probably like the second to last weekend for the fountain, because usually a lot of stuff shuts, like the last hurrah is Labor Day weekend around here, because that's when it does start getting a little too cold to keep stuff open, unless you have a heater on it.
But yeah, all the kids are having a good time. Lily tried to make friends and then kind of got ignored.
Yeah. I mean,
but she doesn't really say anything. She just
runs up to people and like
pats them on the back.
Yeah. I mean, and part of it too is like the kids that she's trying to play with are probably a good 2 or 3 years older than her, and they don't realize how young she is because she's the size of most 5-year-olds. Woohoo. She's going to do all the sports as long as she's coordinated.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Hamilton. Go to Hamilton.
Yep.
Now it is time for Joe's Dad Joke of the Week. And if you can believe it, I found a joke that is relevant to the city of Hamilton.
How'd you manage to do that?
Magic. So are you ready for this?
I guess so.
To be more specific, it's about the person, Alexander Hamilton.
I mean, he's pretty important, so.
Yeah, they made a Broadway about him, a Broadway show about him.
They made a Broadway about him.
A Broadway show about him. I haven't seen it. You saw the Disney Plus thing.
I have seen it on Disney Plus twice.
I don't get it. Whatever. But I have a joke. And are you ready for this?
I am.
All right. So what did they call the conflict between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr?
I'm not sure. What?
The hamburger.
Oh my goodness. It's like a hamburger, but it's Hamilton, Aaron Burr, sir, and grrr, because it's a fight.
Yep. And I believe did Aaron Burr shoot Alexander Hamilton?
He did.
In a duel?
He's the fool that shot him in the duel.
So yeah, you get all sorts of things on this podcast. You learn all sorts of things.
Yeah, this was a very educational episode today. I can't wait to see what Truth, Beer, and Consequences learned from this episode.
All the things. You're learning history and everything on this show.
History's got its eyes on you. You don't understand that reference.
I don't. Am I supposed to?
We're going to have to watch Hamilton soon.
Oh my God. That does it for this week's show. Thanks so much for listening. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to us on the social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And you can find us on all those platforms at Craft Parenting Podcast. You can also get a hold of us via email, which is craftparentingpodcast@gmail.com.
If you like what you hear, please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or your podcatcher of choice. Make sure to share the show. It's what helps our show grow. If you'd like to send us stuff, such as fan mail, craft supplies, sanity, we have a P.O. box.
All this information is available on our website, which is www.craftparentingpodcast.com.
That's where we post the show notes, plus blog posts about some of the stuff that doesn't make it into the podcast. I have an art project that I just took pictures for that will hopefully make its way into the blogosphere. We shall see.
And we have been exploring breweries
like
lately.
Crazy. We hit 2 in one day on a weeknight. What?
Yep. So we did 2 on one night tonight. And then previously we went to Cellar Dweller and Fibonacci and High Grain and also Swain City. And I will be writing about all those places eventually.
You got this, dude. You can find me on social media on Instagram at Caroline Creates Crafts and on Facebook at Caroline's Creative Crafts.
And I am also on Instagram at Craft Parenting Joe, where I post pictures of the beer that I drink.
Beer. It's what we drink. A lot.
And with that, I'm Joe.
And I'm Caroline.
See you next time on the Craft Parenting Podcast.
Bye. We had a big, big, big day.
Holy moly, we did.
I asked Lily what her favorite part of today was, and I was like, wait, how many things did we do today? It's a Tuesday.
Didn't she say trash can?
She totally said trash can as we were leaving the neighborhood today.
You asked her what was her favorite thing, and she said trash can.
No, she said swimming.
Oh, she did.
She said her favorite. I asked her what her favorite part of meeting her preschool teacher was, and she said trash can because she saw all of the trash cans on the side of the road in the neighborhood because it is garbage night tomorrow for half of the neighborhood. I mean, you can bleep stuff, like if we say people's names. You can do it, what they do, what Mike Rowe does, they go, yeah, and they put that over people's names. Like instead of a beep, it's yeah.
Yeah, that's like a duck sound.
Yeah. It sounds way better than a beep, because the beep is really off-putting, but the meow kind of just blends in with talking.
Can you say that again, just so that I have it?
Button.
We had a big day.
We did. Oh my goodness. You yawned.
I know. I started it.
You know, they say that if you yawn right after someone, it's because you're attracted to them or you have a deep connection with them.
Well,
because it's like a way of like telling the rest of the herd of people that you are tired and therefore need extra. Oh my goodness, you're doing it again. Ah. Dora. Dora. Go explore the Dora in Hamilton. Have lots of fun in the Dora in Hamilton. It has been forever since I've watched that show.
Let's keep it that way.
Anyways, West Side, Best Side.
Let's
West Side, Best Side.
keep it that way.